Hi guys, Nikki here again, and I am here to talk to you now about the importance of building muscle. Now I know all you women out there are sitting there going, but I don't want to lift heavy weights. I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. Do I look like a bodybuilder to you? I mean, not really. I'm not big and bulky, and I don't have invisible lat syndrome and all that kind of stuff. I don't look like a big old bodybuilder, but I lift very heavy weights, very heavy. I learned this, quite a few years ago, that this is super important to increasing your metabolism. Increasing your lean muscle mass will increase your metabolism more than all the cardio in the world. That's what you need to know. You need to know that cardio isn't the answer. Cardio is fun, cardio is great. I'm not telling you not to do cardio. What I'm telling you is don't do just cardio. You've got to try lifting weights. Trust me. Just trust me on this. I've been lifting weights for, like 10 years now. And only recently within the past 3-4 years, did I start lifting heavy duty weights. Like lots heavier than most women lift. I know a lot of you out there are going, but I do fine with my 5 pounds in each hand, and I'm good to go. And I don't want to lift weights in my legs because then they'll get big and bulky and I won't fit into my jeans. Not true. What happens when you lift weights and you build lean muscle is that the muscles actually get tighter and smaller and more contracted, so they pull in closer to your body. And then they also increase your metabolism. They get that fat burning stuff going on, and they burn off all the fat that might be on top of them. Now I know that a lot of women, when they first start weight training, they feel like they're bulking up in the first couple of weeks. The reason that happens is because when you first start something new, there's a couple things that happen. First of all, when you first start something new, your muscles have to repair and regenerate, and they're like working overtime, which is great for your metabolism, great for your health, great for muscle building. But in the process, they retain a lot of water because they need that water to facilitate getting all the nutrients into them so that they can repair and regenerate, which is exactly what we want. But that's kind of why sometimes right in the beginning of weightlifting, like the first few weeks, you may not lose any weight. That's because your body kind of has to catch up and figure out what's going on. And then one thing, and it's been pretty consistent among all of my clients and myself, is that 3 weeks in, boom, like all the weight drops off, you stop feeling all full and like your clothes are kind of tight, and all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, I'm lean. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic. And it only gets better from there. The more muscle you build, the more definition you will have, the leaner you will be, the faster your metabolism will be, the smaller you will be. Now, the other thing that you need to think about with this is that muscle tissue itself is very, very dense. Fat is kind of light and fluffy, and well, think about the fat on, like a piece of meat. It's very fluffy, big, but the protein, the meat part of it, is lean and tight and not as big. It's just denser. So the other thing that you need to think about is your weight on the scale may not change. And this depends on how much weight you have to lose or where you are in your fitness journey. But your weight may not change. And that's because muscle is more dense than fat. A lot of people say muscle weighs more than fat. That's not really true. A pound of muscle weighs the same as a pound of fat. But the muscle is like this big, and the fat, the same amount, is like this big. So think about that on your body. If you want this much as 5 pounds of muscle, that's really tiny. That's like a little fist. Whereas the fat's going to take up like this much space. That's big difference. Like think about that on your body. That's a lot of space. And that's why you feel bigger when you first get started, because your muscles are kind of learning how to repair themselves. You're trying something new, so they need a little bit extra water to hold on to that. And then poof, it's like 3 weeks in. I swear that seems to be the magic number for all of my clients. 3 weeks in, they're like, whoa, This is crazy. So, a couple things to remember. One, gotta lift heavy. You've got to lift to failure. Like, you should be dying on that last rep, can't even get it up. That is muscle failure. That's what you've got to go to. So you've got to lift heavy. You've got to allow time for your body to repair. You've got to drink lots of water, get lots of protein. Remember that the scale may not change, or it may not change quite as drastically as you want it to. That's okay. That's okay. Use measurements, measure your waist, measure your hips, measure your biceps, measure whatever is important to you, wherever your body parts, I personally measure my hips and my waist because that's where I gain it first, So that's why I keep track of. And what you'll notice is those measurements start to go down, even though your weight may not be changing the way you want it to. So we're going to lift heavy, we're going to drink lots of water, we're going to get lots of protein, we're going to allow time for our bodies to repair, and we're going to have the most lean, beautiful bodies. Now, if you want help with this, if you want more specific guidance, if you want me to coach you through, okay, what exercises do I do? How much weight do I lift? How many reps do I do? All that kind of stuff, message me. Find me on Facebook, message me on Twitter, but Facebook is really the way to go. Find me on Facebook, contact me there. I will help you reach all of your goals, whatever they are. We'll talk about what your goals are. We'll figure it out, and I'll be your personal coach. I'm here to guide you. That's what I'm here for. So good talking to you again. Don't forget to lift heavy weights, and I will see you soon.